Welcome, Anna Collins here for the Rabbit Hole Designs. Today we're going to create this book themed mini slimline. We're going to use the Book Lover stamp set, which is TRH186. It has these two little animals, a bunny and a little doggy, and then between them are a stack of books, and they're both reading. Well, one's reading, one's kind of nap reading. You have great sentiments like book introvert. I like big books and I cannot lie. Bookmarks are for quitters. Your life is a story. Write well, edit often. And to make a long story short, I miss you, which is the one we'll be using today. This is going to make a card for my daughter. She loves bunnies, which that's going to have that little bunny there, which is perfect. And she loves books. She's a big book lover. All right, so we're also going to be using from our spring collection here, the paper. This is double-sided pattern paper. One side is the purple flowers, the other side is yellow, and her favorite color is yellow. My favorite color is blue, so that's why we're going to use blue and yellow as our color theme today. As you can see, I colored our little bunny and a little puppy, and our books in coordinating yellow and blue colors, and I stamped our sentiment, which I popped up using some foam adhesive strips. And of course I use a cream color, coordinate best with our background, and backed it with the same blue layering cardstock that I have. We're gonna, these are the Copics I use to color it. I'll have them all listed for you. I know it's kind of quick and hard for you to catch them all in the description box below. Like I mentioned, we're going to be making a mini slimline. To create our card base, I have some heavyweight card base here. It's 110 pounds. Cut it 6 by 6, scored it at 3. Now we have a mini slimline, which is 3 by 6. We have our layering cardstock, which is cut at 3 by 6, and then about a 1/4 inch smaller our pattern paper. Let's jump into making our card. I'm going to use some liquid adhesive, some barely art glue here, and I'm going to adhere our pattern paper to our layering cardstock. Our layering cardstock is about 80-pound weight, and our pattern paper is actually like cardstock weight. It's really nice and heavy. So I'm going to go ahead and get that centered so I have a nice frame of that blue all the way around. Once I have that, I will adhere this to our card base. This came together pretty quickly. The image is pretty easy to color. I kept it very neutral colors on our little animals, and then keeping the color theme to the blue and the yellow made it quite simple. But of course you can make your books in a variety of colors, or multicolored, rainbow color, however you would like. So I'm going to get this on here, and I get it on, and I thought, oh great, and then I shifted it and I ended up getting it on crooked. So I will take it off once I realize it's crooked, which is in about right here. I'm like, dang it. So I'm going to be removing this first. Luckily the glue hadn't set all the way. And then I'm going to reattach this. It just was way off, and if I trimmed it, then it'll be a crooked card. So I thought it would be best just to remove it and reattach it. That's the good thing about working with liquid glue. You get a little wiggle room, and luckily it hadn't set quite yet. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and, like I said, reapply our liquid glue and place this down now, hopefully straight. And this time around I get it correct. Just take my time here, try to get it as lined up as possible. And now I can smooth it out. Once I have that all set, then we can continue with our card. Now I have stamped and colored our images, and I also fussy cut them. I believe there are die cuts for this image. If they are, I will link them below. I can't remember off the top of my head at this moment, but if they are, I will, like I said, link them below. So it takes you straight to the store so you can purchase them for yourself. But it's an easy image to fussy cut nevertheless. So I'm going to center my little image on the bottom right here. Get our little story readers right here. And then I'm going to remove the backing of our sentiment, and I will place that to the top left hand corner. I'm going to go ahead and get that on there, and I want a little bit of the yellow pattern paper to show through, and I also want the bunny ears to be on top, so I just kind of lifted them a little bit so I can tuck our sentiment just behind it. Once that's all set, I'm going to go ahead and adhere some of this little flat back little gems, and I picked those in shades of blue, and this is like a goldeny yellow color. I'm going to put a little cluster of them here on the top right, and then I'll create a cluster of 2 on the bottom left and 1 by our sentiment, just so your eye moves across the card. And I just put my 3 little dots, yep. Oops. Yeah, I dropped my glue, sorry about that. I just put little drops of glue on the card, and then I dropped the little gems on there. And the glue dries clear, so if there is a little oozing, which luckily there wasn't, but if they were, it would dry completely clear. You wouldn't see it there. It doesn't dry shiny either, so it dries clear and matte, so you're good to go with that. Alright, so I'm going to get that last little gem on there. Trying to flip it over. It's not cooperating. There's always one in the bunch that's like, no, you will not win. Okay, so now our card is complete, and it went together pretty quickly. Like I said, the image is super cute, super easy to create with. The pattern paper makes it super fun and lively, you know, the background. So I will have everything linked for you in the description box below. Again, we use the Book Lover stamp set. This is TRH186, and I'll have the pattern paper, the stamp, and the Copics I use all linked below. And again, if the die cuts are available, the dies are available for this, I will link them. Thank you for being here, and I hope you found some inspiration.